There we go. All right. All right. In this video, I want to go ahead and talk to you about the CRM. This CRM is unlike any other. Okay. This CRM does automated text messaging, ringless voicemails. It's going to do email, two-way texting. It's got your pipelines, scheduling, and just so much more, guys. Okay. This little software is going to do all the hard work for you. It's going to respond to people. It's going to get you leads on autopilot. Obviously, the features that I just went over a little bit more about full messaging, calling, ringless voicemail, built in, all this stuff. It's like having all of these services. So now you don't need Active Campaign. You don't need MailChimp. You don't need CallRail. You don't need all this different stuff. And this is a look of inside of actually my account, how many leads we get. You know, generally this looks like this is about a weekly basis. They just keep coming in. They book calls and stuff like that. And so this is what we're going to cover today. All right. So thank you so much for that. And so what I want to do is I want to jump into one of the students' CRMs. Okay, so this is a step-by-step tour of the CRM. So what I want you to understand here, okay, so what I want to do is I want to break this down for you. Okay, and I don't hold any punches back. I just, very full disclosure. This is high level, okay, high level, and I don't mean like the term. That's the name of the software, okay. The software, it's starting to become one of the most widely used for digital agencies, okay, for digital agencies. And what I'm doing here is I've integrated it into this training platform so that you can start to learn it, all right? I'll be very frank with you. This is one of the most sophisticated softwares on the internet. For those of you that all adhered to the Confusionsoft mantra, where you thought Infusionsoft was confusing, this is even more confusing. What I want to do is I want to break it down and make it simple for you. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right in this video, where I'm going to try to take it into simple concepts for you so that you can understand it. All right. So simple concepts. And so there's a couple of key little new terms that you'll have to learn about. But I want to go ahead and do that. So real simply, let me go in here and just break open my drawing stick. So the best way for me, I think, to do this is to use probably my good old drawing stick. So let's go ahead and do this. So one of the first things that you want to do with any leads is you need to organize them, right? So you need to organize them. So what this software has set up is you're going to see something in the back that kind of looks like this, right? So we're just going to do 4 little stages. And so what you got here is you've got a pipeline, right? So these are pipelines. And so what's going to happen here with your pipeline is that, you're going to be, let's see if we can move this a little bit. Your pipeline is like, what stage are they in? So there's always those people that are like new. And then there are people that, have contacted you that you might be ready to close. They might be warm, they might be cold. And of course, this thing's going to do this because my mouse is a little sensitive, but there is the pipeline. Okay. So there's the pipeline. And so how do you get things into the pipeline? The way to do that is through forms, right? So through forms. So let's just go over here. And the way that you want to do that is through forms. So we'll come over here and I'm just going to call this forms. There we go. Okay. And so forms. And so what's going to happen is you're going to put forms, on your directory, on websites, all this little different stuff. And you're going to collect information, right? So you're going to collect all this information. And so this is a form and I'm just going to make it so it looks really cool. Send. I know I'm a great artist. All right. All right. So come on. If it would move a little bit here. I was just trying to like move it around a little bit. Okay. So this is a form. And so forms is going to get the stuff into your CRM. This works with Active Campaign, Infusionsoft, whatever it is out there. Is you need to get the people into the pipeline. Now, for those of you guys that are advanced, you're probably saying, yeah, well, I use Zapier and I do this. Yeah, that's also another way. But ultimately, you just use forms. Okay, so use forms to get in here. And so what's going to happen is that what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put these people. These are like stages. So we'll just call like stages. People like your value ladder or your funnel, right? So a funnel, this is kind of the concept of a funnel, new leads, warm leads, been contacted. So what I'll do is I just want to go name these things. So I'm just going to say everything that's new leads, right? New leads comes in here. Maybe these are ones that are, in contact, right? So these are in contact. maybe these ones have booked a call. And I'm going to put over here needs follow-up. So something like that, okay? So needs follow-up. So bear with me here. Okay. And so this is a pipeline. And then you have the forms, okay? And so what's going to happen is that you're going to get people. Let me get my drawing stick, right? You're going to get people that are going to opt in, right? So this is a, let's just see. This is a guy, and he's on his computer, right? Does this look like a good, that's a desk. Maybe I'll put that's a chair, right? That's a chair. And so he opts in, right? So he opts into your thing. And so what you want to do is that, let's just say, so he's opts in, he's on the computer, he opts in. And then the next thing that you're going to want to do is, let's just see if I can draw this stuff, right? So this is stage one. And then you have this guy here. And then what's going to happen is you're going to give him a, this is my poor interpretation of a cell phone, just so you guys know. I don't know. That's his phone. Or I don't know. Maybe that's a flip phone, or it doesn't look like a good little drawing, but this is a phone. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my squares. And this is his phone. And so what's going to happen is that they opt in, and then he is going to get, you know, an SMS message. And so this is going to be, let's just go here. Boom, 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 boom. So he's going to get SMS message, or also known as text, right? So let me just make sure, just in case the people didn't know if that's a new term. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to give them an SMS message, a text. There's also other things that you can do, right? Like there's other things that you can do with the software, but I just want to make it very, very simple that, you know, all of a sudden someone opts in and they're like, oh, wow, cool. So you actually get like a personal response, like someone reached out, stuff like that. And so that's what we're gonna pull off. As the new lead comes in, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to, you know, put him over here, right? So he's gonna want to be in here. We're gonna want to have the new lead in here. And then what we're also gonna want to do is we're going to want to trigger, you know, this guy here. If he, let's just say that like he says it, we sent him a thing to book on our calendar, right? So over here, the goal here is try to get him to book a call. And so he's going to book a call. And if he does book a call, right, then we're going to go put him over here, right? So this is where he's going to be. And this is the guy. And so this is, yay. I don't know if I can draw a thumb, but that's a thumbs up. He's drawing a thumbs up, okay? So he booked a call. He raised his hand, and he's interested. He's interested. So let me get you to understand this, okay? So this is the whole concept, right? So bigger picture real quickly. Let me just step back. There's these business owners that are online, and they're starting to like, oh, I better use this digital thing. They want to grow their business. So they start to get their name out there, right? So what they do is sign up for Google. They're going to sign up for yellowpages.com. They're going to sign up for Yelp, you know, Foursquare. They're going to sign up for all this stuff. And ultimately, they're going to have your directory get popped in front of them. In the beginning, we usually just run like Facebook ads, but ultimately after you get enough traffic, these things surface like no problem. Because there's more pages people go through, they spend more time on the pages. You actually will surface above a lot of people that you'll be surprised. This is the ultimate lead generating machine, okay? Super secret. Okay, so let's go get into the technicalities of this. And so this is kind of where I want you to follow along. And so the last little concept that I want to introduce to you for today's training is campaigns, okay? So there's something called campaigns. And what campaigns are is simply, let me just move this stuff over here, if we can do this. And what campaigns are is I want you to think like this. I want you to think like, just like this, that like this, and then we're gonna go over here, go like that, and something like this. So how it works is very, very simple. Those of you in logic, is it's just like if this, then this. So if, then this, right? Then this. So if this happens, right? If this happens, do this, right? So do this row. So let's see if we can do. So if this, then do this, right? So if this, then do this. That's all it really is, and that's all you really need to understand about campaigns, okay? So if this, then do this. That's all really simple. And so the word that's going on and the confusion that people have with high level is there's something that they have introduced that not many people are familiar with, okay? And they have introduced a new word to most people, and that new word is called triggers, okay? So let's see if I can get this thing to go. So triggers, okay? So I want you to know if they trigger, okay? And so essentially what I want you to know is that if something triggers, something happens, then execute the campaign, right? So there's trigger and this campaign. And so remember, this campaign looks like this, okay? So just bear with me a moment and you'll really be able to wrap your head around it. So take your head away from the software, away from the stuff, and I just want you to think this through, okay? So if something happens, do something, okay? If someone submits a form, if someone replies to a text, if someone clicks on a link, if something happens, do something. And that if something happened is the word trigger, it's triggers. And then do something is campaigns, okay? Is campaigns, okay? So is campaigns. So let's go jump back into this again. And so we'll follow this along. So what happens is that, let me just delete this out of here. This might help you guys just a little bit more if I go and do this, okay? I'm gonna take this out of here and I'm gonna put this over here. So this is essentially your campaign, okay? This is what I want you to think about. And so these are gonna be conditions, and you'll see this over here in a minute. So these are conditions. And so what does that mean? Like if someone opts into form A or the request to consult or something like that, this form, if the conditions, so these are like specifying conditions, okay? And so I'll just go and add this word over here. So you have trigger, right? So we can kind of like talk about this stuff. So trigger, all right? So in a sense, this is how it breaks down. So how does it work in the software? Well, let's go and look, okay? So let's go and look. So for those of you that may be considering, using high level, I can tell you right now that the training I'm about to do is going to take you to like the top 20% of most people because they can't really get past the basics. And one of the things that you need to know about is that what I've done with the lead gen directories version is I have removed things from you. I'm blocking you from things so that you can just focus on your goal, right? Your goal right now is to make money. And so your goal is to take somebody from the, whoa, my God, is to take somebody from the internet and to get them to book a call with you, right? If you could talk to more people on a daily basis, then you have more likely chances of success of selling them something, okay? I don't know what you're gonna sell them. That's fine, it doesn't matter. I will have some options for you very soon that have to do with websites, but like, it doesn't matter. Like if you can help a business grow, so whether you work with bots, whether you do video, whether you do content, whether you do funnels, websites, SEO, it doesn't matter. Any service that can help a small business, this is applicable to you. Okay, you just need to talk with more small business owners. All right. Let's jump back in. So now that you understand this, let's go take a look at the pipeline. So in the CRM, once you get yours, if you sign up for the CRM level, you are going to get your CRM, which is already preloaded, okay? It's already preloaded and it's gonna look something like this. So the first thing that you wanna look at is your opportunities. So opportunities is really like pipeline, okay? These are your pipelines. Over here, you do have the ability to select different pipelines. You can make different pipelines. You can do all the different stuff. And so I recommend that you all keep it simple. Keep it simple, okay? So really keep it simple because you can really get granular on here, all this other stuff, and we'll get into it later, but this pipeline, okay? So over here under settings, pipelines is where you have your pipelines. So you can see over here, we have lead follow-up. I'm just gonna get rid of this out of this clients for them, and we're just gonna work with one, lead flow listing. And if you wanted to change it up, you could do it over here. So we have like new lead. How about that? So new lead. And then the next one is in contact. I'm going to put in contact. in contact. And this could be maybe booked a call. So booked a call. And this one is needs follow-up. So needs follow-up. And if you want to come over here, like did not close, not interested, that's fine. Save that. So now we just changed this pipeline again over here, opportunities. You don't need to be in all of this stuff and stuff. You just need to be in a couple, okay? So new lead, contact, booked a call, needs follow-up, close. It's really that simple. Is your job is to just have more conversations on a daily basis. Have more conversations, propose your services. Your input will equal a factor of your output. Okay, I'm stealing that from somebody, I don't know who, but I know somebody said it, not me, but your input will be a factor of your output, okay? So this takes care of the pipeline. All right, so now we've got the pipeline right here, there it is, there's all the different stuff. So now what we need to do is we need to go add a form, right? A form, so let's go over here. So now all of the opportunity, the places you're gonna be is basically opportunities and marketing. It's pretty much the only places you're gonna need to be on a daily basis. So let's go look at the form. So here's a form. You can add new forms. Your account will come preloaded with one form. You will need to go in it and change it up, maybe put your own name on it. You can see here that this member, she went and made it a little different color. And what you're looking at, the major thing I want you to see over here is your options and what you want them to do once they submit. So you can either message them or you can open a URL. And you can see that this person here has elected to use that URL, okay? It looks like she is having an issue with STP, and I will talk to her more about that later. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so success, your businesses have a representative will call or text you and confirm your information. Let me just go see something real quick here. HTTP search. Okay, good. So, yes, www. So that's okay. They'll learn. And so I'll go and help them real quickly. So they just need www in there. That's what was missing. And so over here, success, your business is business. So what I would do, just so you know, this is advanced technique, is I would literally put a booking widget right there. Like literally just take a booking form, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment, okay? So this is what happens. They submit a listing, you're good to go, and there's how it goes, okay? So all that's going on here is this little form, you're just going to integrate form. So iframe embed. So you just grab this form just like this, copy, real simple, right? So we've got a copy. And over here, I'm going to go under a new page. And so this is, get free listing. I'm going to change this so that I can delete it out of their account later, I know. But literally, that's it. So just get free listing, right? So there it is, get free listing, you're good to go. And literally, I've pre-built them using the funnel builder. So if you click and open the funnel builder, you can head over to templates, and we've already pre-done it for you. Okay, literally that fast. You just do a little click, and all you need to do is delete this image and replace with HTML element. So this right here is the modules. There's an HTML element. You just drag it onto the canvas. That's simple. You're going to paste that in there, save, and let's go get rid of that dummy image. So X, good to go. All right, so now her form is there. There's her form. It's good to go, right? So it's good to go. So we're all set. There is her listing form. It's all taken care of. This is where you would drive your clients to. So now, again, we just took care of, we've got our little pipeline set up. We have our form. So now we know our form, when they submit it, it's going to go to the thank you page, right? It's going to go to the thank you page. And so what would be really cool is that this form, when they submit it, it would be really, really cool if we would send them a text message, okay? So if submit form, send text message, right? So here's what I want you to do, okay? So this is the part where it can get a little tricky, okay, a little tricky. So let's go over here. Already preloaded are your campaigns. Okay, so we already have these things loaded, and there's actually already loaded this new word called a trigger. Okay, let me just take you back. Ready? Let me take you back. Trigger. If something happens, trigger an alarm, trigger something, do something. So if this happens, do this. So this is like the concept you have to wrap your head around a little bit, is triggers. And so in here, that if you can see over here, a form submission. So I want to go ahead and just create a new one for you. Okay, so a new one. And so what's going to happen is that what should happen? So if something happens, do this. All right, so watch it. So if something happens, do this. All right, so ready? So if something happens, then do this. There's on a small level, and then I want to show you on a big level. Okay, so it's like it's on 2 levels. So if something happened, this is the big one. Okay, let's just see. This is the big one. I'm going to try to like make that like a thicker line. So if something happens, do this, right? So do this. If something happens, do this. And then under here, we'll see the little conditions, all right? So if what happens? If, and again, this software can get very, very sophisticated, very complicated. Keep it simple to get started. Just get it started to what I'm showing you to do, okay? And so what we want to do is we just want to choose form submitted. If they go into which form, okay, which form submitted, and the form is this form. Later on down the road, you'll be able to look into a form's fields, and if they submit something, if they say words, you can actually look into the field and then trigger different options based upon what they said. That is later on down the road. Just do form is, and that's the form. That's it, done. Okay, so there it is. So now I want you to know that we are working in the campaigns, okay? I'm sorry, the trigger. We're working in the trigger. So if this happens, what? If the form happens, okay, so if they submit the form, boom, it's gonna trigger a trigger, and then it's gonna do something, right? This trigger is gonna tell it what to do. So this trigger is gonna say, well, what should we do? What should we do? We go into number 1 is we want to call them, right? So we want to send a text message. We want to send an email. We might want to notify ourselves via text message. We're gonna actually send a text message to the client. We may want to send a text message to ourselves. We may want to send a text message in the future to our own clients, right? To our own clients. Hey, Mr. Client, we just sent you a lead. Go check your CRM, check your phone. You can check your phone right here, right? Because we have an app. We have an app. There it is. Go check your phone. What is this one? This is, let's see, who am I looking at? Oh, 3 leads already. Boy, isn't that really good? Want to go see my SBYP leads? How would you guys like to have a lead case like that? Okay, really, that's simple. Go check your leads. We send them a text message. Now they get a text message. Everyone gets a text message. And we want things to happen. And so how do we do that is we build them in campaigns, okay? We build them in campaigns. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna already have that campaign built out, all right? So we're gonna go add to a campaign. Which campaign? Whatever one we did. So this one I'm gonna do SBYP lead follow-up, okay? All right, so everyone follow me so far. Let's just go. So if something happens, we did number 1. So we're right over here, then do this. What? This is going to be, let me just make this a little bit bigger for you guys so that we can get over here, right? And what we want to do is we want to send lead a SMS, right? So we want to send lead an SMS. That's what the first thing we want to do. We want to send them a text. So that's the first box that we just did. We want to send them a text message. We send them a text message. Let me just save this real quick. I'm just going to name this real quick, just AJ, and I'm going to come back to you and talk about naming them, okay? Just give me a moment. I want you to follow this. We're going to go over to the campaign, and in this campaign, we're going to tell it. So we want this campaign to trigger. We want it to go. So the trigger says go, and so what's going to happen is we're going to send a text message. Send a text message. Hey, it's Patricia from Search and Shop Logo. I need to confirm that you're a real business because sometimes we get spam messages. Please schedule a call here. And do not be confused by this word trigger link, okay? I'm going to take that to the next level in just a second. Just know that it's just a link to a calendar. Okay, it's just a link to a calendar, but this software has an added feature so that if somebody clicks on it in a phone or in a Facebook message, you can actually find out if they clicked on it and didn't submit. All right, but that's advanced. So right now, just know that it's just a link. Okay, it's just a link. All right, so there it is. This is going to happen. So one of the things that we do is we preload it. We're going to actually have you do a voicemail. Another one is send an email, right? So we're going to hit them in 3 different places. Okay, back to our triggers. So this trigger, because they submitted a form, right? They submitted a form. I don't want to type there. They submitted a form. So the first thing I want to do is, the condition is I tell it what form. What form did they submit? Okay, right here. So that, I want to send a lead message. What else do I want to do? Well, it would be really cool now is that if we put, you know, this guy, because he submitted, he opted in, right? He opted in. Let's go put him over here in our pipeline so we can follow his progress. And so we need to tell the software to do that. So we'll go over here and we'll come under here, and these are called opportunities. Okay, so over here, if you guys see, they're opportunities, is where I showed you in the beginning. And add an opportunity, what? So the pipeline, keep it simple. Just get the text message to people opting in, because I can guarantee you that nobody else is doing this. It's making it more personalized. Select stage, new lead. We want to put them into a new lead. You can name it. You can put a value if you want, so you can start doing it. I was always putting 25 because I always try to sign people up for a website, which is $25 a month hosting no matter what. Okay, so see what I did now? So we'd have 2 actions. And so over here, what we've done is we told the software to add to pipeline, right? Add to pipeline. So that's what we did, add to pipeline. So now it has added to pipeline and it sent them a text message. And so that's what we have built right here. And so now this is good to go. We can go ahead and save this. What I would do is I'd recommend some naming conventions. So this could be submits, you know, free listing form. I use a pipe. It's called pipe. Submits leaving form. Then what's it going to do? It's going to send SMS, and then it's going to add to pipeline. Okay, it's going to add to your pipeline. And so now you can literally go over here. Let's go activate, and you can now have clear directions on what these things do. Okay, so clear directions on what they're doing. It's active. It's good to go. All right. So is everybody with me here? I don't know how many people found it. Those of you on the replay, by all means, you know, you can go ahead and put your questions or comments below. If you're watching this, please go ahead and post your comments into the Facebook group. Okay. So real simple. This is all that's going on. Okay. Let's dive into the next little part here. Okay. Is the actual campaign. So in the actual campaign, okay, under this lead follow-up, we want to go and send them a text message. What we're trying to do is like, hey, buddy, book me, get a book. Real simple, stupid simple, make it easy for people, right? Make it easy for them to buy from you. And so what's going on is this the triggering. So let's go talk about this, okay? What you're going to need to have is your calendar connected, all right? So I'm just going to take a little bit of a tangent, and I want to talk about the settings. So in the settings, of course, you make sure that you have your name set up, okay? Your name set up. The next thing that you want to make sure you have is your integrations. Okay? So right now, we just want you to set up your Google Calendar. That's it. Just set up your Google Calendar. It's real simple. Your Google Calendar right here, and you can see that hers is already connected. So all you're doing is you're connecting your Google account. When you do this process, it is going to ask you for like a Google Listen, Google Play. You can bypass that stuff, okay? Don't worry about it. We're just connecting the Gmail account, okay? The Google account. And then we're gonna add the calendar in just a minute. You guys can see over here, oh, add your Facebook account. Yes, the software is powerful enough that you could run messenger ads and have them go into a messenger and communicate through here. Moreover, is if you do have their Facebook, you could actually send them messages back and forth through Facebook. It gets advanced. If you guys are beginning, which this is a very complicated software, I do not recommend that you do that at the moment, okay? Get one thing going first, okay? So there it is. So we've connected that. Now, what we want to do is after we get the email, the integration, just go over to your calendar, and you want to go ahead and add a calendar. And so you can see over here, inside of the calendar, is we're going to, oops, come on, search and shop local. Okay, so search and shop local calendar. And so in here, pretty much everything is already filled out for you. It's already done. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it. The only thing you might want to change is your hours. When do you want to be able to be contacted? And so as you can see over here, this is your Google Calendar. You are going to connect it. Because your Google account is connected, it's going to say, number one, select calendar. And then the calendar pops open, and you can select your personal calendar. You can select the calendar that you've made, whatever it is that's connected, and that's all you need to do. Once you have this, this is it right here. This is it, okay? This little link is the magic link. This is the magic link that gets it all done, okay? This right here, you're going to want to save this link. You're going to want to save that. Right-click, copy. This is the magic link that you just post everywhere. This is it. This is the booking feature. This is how it works. It's all connected to your Google Calendar. So if you go on your phone, and if I open up, like, say, my Google Calendar, and I'm over here, like I have a heck of a Google Calendar, right? I have a heck of a Google Calendar, and yours will look like this too. And what you do is you can block out. You can block out your time, and it'll block it out here all the time. As long as you manage this calendar, you're good to go, okay? All right, so there it is. So now we have this link. So this link right here is going to need to be placed inside of your campaigns. Where? So over here, we're going to need to place inside your campaigns. Now, what you're seeing here is there is an additional feature called trigger links. Trigger links, which are in here. You do not have to use them. You can simply just paste your link, okay? Just simply paste your link, that's it. This is how it's gonna come out anyways. This trigger link function is just adding an additional benefit so that when someone sends you a text message, you send a text message to somebody, and if they click on it but don't book, you can do other features. This function also works inside of Facebook Messenger. You can literally click it, and you send a message to somebody, and if they click it, it'll tell you that. And if they don't book or they don't do what you want them to do, you can send up other different campaigns or something, okay? And so how does this happen? How is this dropping down right here? I'll show you. I'll show you how this comes. Remember, so we're gonna X that out right there. And let's just go jump out of here. And all it is down here is called trigger links. Do not get confused between triggers and trigger links, okay? I wish that they called them something different. Triggers, something happens, right? Something happens. The trigger link is sort of like that. That's why they're using the same name, but it's not. All right, so let's go look at trigger links. And so what she did is she went and made a trigger link, and you add a link. You just add a link, and all you're gonna do is just come over here and name it. And you can name it, my calendar, and boom, put a link in here. What are some other things? Yes, there are other things that you guys, if you want to go be super marketing automation software type of guys, what I do with like Infusionsoft and all this crazy stuff is you might want to go and put my offer, right? My offer. And you put a link to whatever, HTTPS, mysite.com/offer. They go and click on your offer, but they don't go and purchase or opt in. These are things that you can do later on, okay? So this is how the powerful of the software is. All right, so there it is, and there is the trigger link. And so that's what happens once you make this, it will appear inside of all of your little stuff where you can go trigger links, and boom, and you just put it in there, okay? Put it in once and you can pop it in. The voicemail. Voicemails are pretty simple. All you've got to do is if you have your phone, you can head over to voice. So if you guys have let me just see. This is voice. So VOICE. So voice memos, right? So voice memos. Voice. What the heck is going on here? Vodka. So that's what happened to it. VOCA. So voice memos. So voice memos. Come on. Voice memos, right? So voice memos. And you can literally just record a greeting. So, hey everybody, it's Patricia. It's Patricia with Search and Shop Local. Oh my God, I'm so excited that you joined. Oh my God. Hey, we're just giving you a call because we need to make sure that you're a real person. I just sent you a text message and an email. Just go ahead and book a 5-minute appointment on my calendar and we're going to get your listing right up. Do I sound like Patricia? I don't know. So all I'm doing is I'm 3 dots on my button. Let me just do this. Here we go. Ready? So I'm pressing the 3 dots like over here. And then I'm going to go share, right? So share and share. And I'm just going to go airdrop. I'm just going to drop it to my computer. Okay, so that's just like going right to my computer. Boom. And I'm just like sending it to my computer. Okay. All right, so let's go back here and we'll share a little bit. And so you guys can see my screen. And so what has happened is that I got a file, which is right here, but it's in M4A format, which is not going to work, right? Because these little file formats need to be MP3s. And I'll just show you that I'll go and drag that file in. I'll drag the file in, and it's MP3 or WAV. No problem. You can just go file converter. Like this is Zamzar. All you can do is just go convert M4A to, and look at it, it's already like types it out for you. And you'll be able to find like Zamzar, audio converter, all these different ones. I like Zamzar. So you just come to Zamzar and just add files. Like literally, you just like drag it in. Like that's it. Like literally just like drag it in. And, you know, convert to what? MP3. That's cool. That's it. It's that simple. Convert to MP3. And so you've literally just made it. There it is. There it's converting. Download. This is going to be for Patricia, right? Patricia, let me just do that. So there's my file. And now we're back to our file and boom, I just drop it in there and there it is. And so now, hold on. Hey everybody, it's Patricia. It's Patricia with Search and Shop Local. Oh my God, I'm so excited that you joined. Oh my God, hey, we're just giving you a call because we need to make sure that you're a real person. I just sent you a text message in. All right, so see how easy it can be, right? Real simple. All right, just so you guys have some fun. If she doesn't, we'll have some fun with her, right? So there's your voicemail drop, and then your email. So the email I just want to talk to you about is down here. Your confirmation is a link, right? It's a link right here, and you want to make sure that you're pasting your booking calendar link in there, okay? So just make sure that you're doing that. It's just a link, and you're good to go. You can go ahead and save that, and you're good. And so there it is. And so that's what you got so far. As of right now, very, very simple to set up is that someone opts in, they're going to go over, and they're going to send them a text message, okay? So that we are right about here. So we've set them up now. They've sent them a text message. Let's go back. And this is what it's going to be used. It's going to be using this campaign, okay? So Ben, back to this trigger, right? So let's just go back. If this happens, right? If this happens, we submit a form. We want to do something. We want to send them a message. We also would like to have them added to our pipeline. So we got to tell the software to do that. All right, we got to tell the software to do that. And so our trigger was submit free software right here. And we want to add them to our pipeline, which is, I guess I already did it. So there's the opportunity, new lead, and done. And so literally at this point, you are set up. You are good to go. One of the things that I'd direct you to do is always test your stuff. So you can go to campaigns, go to new lead follow-up, and you can literally come over here and go under here and just literally go and test your stuff, right? So you can go and test your stuff. I'll just test this out. There, send test. There it is. So I sent a test. And let's just go and make sure that it's all working, right? So we want to make sure that, you know, everything's working and that it's coming through. So let's just see here. Boom. Okay. So you guys can see right here on my phone, hey, this is Patricia from Search and Shop Local. You can also see like the comment and stuff like that, like the comma. Sometimes it's good to have typos in your message so they don't think you're a bot, right? So there it is, somewhere over here. And so there it is. So look, I just went, and there is no link. There's no link. So you need to test your stuff out, right? You need to test your stuff out. So let's just go and take a look here. There's that, there's this, there's that. And so whatever it is, this trigger link is not sending. So we want to go make sure that we're sending. And again, like I told you, all it really is this booking link right there. That's it. It's just that booking link. Let's just go make sure. And literally you can just go like that. Boom, there's our booking link. Let's save. Okay, so there's our save. And let's go back and make sure that we've got it all going. 8180, boom. I'll send another test. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so I just got a new test, and there you go. So it's a little simply just like that. Okay, so there is your little booking calendar. So there's the booking calendar. We're going to click on it, and then this is what like the person happens on their phone, right? That's what happens on their phone. Is they come over here, and then they can go onto the date. Boom, and then it opens up, and then they book a little appointment. It's real simple, real easy. Boom, let's go ahead and select that time. They fill out the form, they fill out the name, information, phone, and it's all set, and they book appointment. All right, guys? So it's that simple on how to go ahead and set this CRM up, okay?